Hi, distance healing, 6/14/18, 10 p.m. June 14th, 2018, 10 p.m. The oils I wanted to work with you, passion oil and cinnamon. I'm going to send you, I'll text you the descriptions of what those are for. So sometimes we give you homework. So if you can write an essay on what you genuinely love about yourself, you need to write down, good size essay. Take your time with it. What you genuinely love about yourself, and then every story in your head distracts you from your own divinity / true nature and your purpose / life path / mission. And the word mission came up a few times. I started to circle it. Peach, the color peach is a really great color for you right now. You have many guides. The second chakra oil, second chakra color, but it's like a mixture between second and third, which is creativity and power in relationships. So there was fear in your second chakra, and that may have been as a result of a bad relationship. And then your esteem. I talk about your self-esteem later. And then it feels like you have everything you need inside you. So I was wondering if you were contemplating like adding a school or something, like going to school or getting certification or more training to get a piece of paper. And it does not feel like you really need to do that. You can, if that's easy for you, but if money's tight, then it feels like there's an easier way. And the passion oil was part of, spoke to that. Okay. So I'll be sending you 2 pictures, one for passion oil, one for cinnamon oil. These are doTERRA oils. I only use doTERRA. I would never use any other kind of oil. In fact, when I got my doTERRA oils, I sent my auricaceas to the Goodwill, like 100 of them. Not quite. All right. And then, so if I do this, it means this is a direct quote from someone in your team, someone in your energy system, someone in your guidance system. So like angels or your higher self or something like that. And they said, don't identify with being female. It's just a spacesuit. What do you need? Okay. I'm making a video right now for somebody. Okay, great. No, I do. I'm going. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. So don't identify with being female. This is important. Well, all right, I'm just going to take a little bit of, take a little minute here. So what we've seen recently, people, so I was a female airline pilot, so, I did it. And if there were more than 5% of professional airline pilots at my airline, my experience of my job and what I lived would have been different. And I loved the way it was. And so, we're meant to enjoy the experience of being female this time without making being male like a bad thing. And it's a funny, it's not funny. I mean, it's like this kind of funny, like, oh my God, they're still doing it. It's like that kind of funny. So, there are people just overly identified with their genitals these days. And so your guides are like, not that you are, but just to make sure that you keep your head straight and go forward. So forward is like evolving, and your body is just your spacesuit. So there's going to be, ways to enjoy being female that you can't. Like I had children. It was scary to be pregnant. It was scary to give birth. Scary that I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity, if I was male. And, you know, and then getting jealous of my husband whose life didn't change and mine changed so drastically, and there's another experience. It's another opportunity for growth and experience. It's just like, just let it be what it is. Like, you can watch people throw tantrums about, and it's all judgment. I'm going to do a judgment video because it's long, long overdue. I mentioned judgment and how much pain comes from judgment. I mention that a lot. But seriously, like, so the identification with your gender, the identification with any identity leads to judgment, which always leads to resistance, which always creates pain. It's just like, dun, 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 dun. It's like always follows the same thing. Identity, judgment, resistance, pain. Identity, judgment, resistance, pain. And like when you have like a when you raise your vibration, you like have a higher vantage point. You're like, well, they're gonna see it. Aren't they gonna see it? No, they don't. No, okay, all right. And then the more and more people that you know, the more and more, you know, pussy hat wearing third wave feminists there are, the harder it is to really follow your internal guidance, your spirit, your soul. That's like, dude, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So identify as a spirit with a purpose / mission again. So this is what they want. Don't identify as being female. Identify as a spirit with a purpose / mission. Ask your heart. Ask in your heart over and over whenever you think of it. What is my mission? And then so you want to breathe in through your nose, big belly, and then exhale. As you exhale, relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders, and push your stomach down to ground. Grounding. What is my mission? So you inhale all the light, you know, the divine healing energy, light, highest and holiest source, creator energy, God. You inhale that energy. Inhale it. Ask in your heart sincerely, what is my mission? And then exhale, relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders, push your stomach down. And release what doesn't serve you, anything that gets in your way. Okay, and then they said your mission will feed you everything. That means, so whatever your mission is going to feed you financially, spiritually. It's going to be in alignment, like with physical goals, and you know, it's perfect. And then they say there's a reason for everything. Like if you feel like you're losing everything, or if you feel like you don't fit in, or if you feel like your friends wronged you or something like that, it may be just that you outgrew their vibration, so you may be raising your vibration. So there's a reason for everything. So I used to be an airline pilot, like I said, and very quickly I lost, my mom died. I lost my airline job, 3303, because of furlough, because of 9/11. It was like shock waves after 9/11. The company cut in half. So there's nothing I did, but I got furloughed from my job that I worked. I worked so many years to get there. I was making 6 figures, and then I was making nothing. I lost my house, my car. This guy I was like completely passionately in love with. My mom died. Just everything. And so I was like, just kill me. Just kill me. All right. But now I'm here. And so now I have kids, I have a husband, and I have all the dogs. I mean, I have so many dogs. Like, I love it. I have a pool. I always wanted a pool. You know, and I do this work which feeds me a lot more than the airlines did. The airlines was really fun. It was fun to go all over, but I have a lot of fun now. And I help people a lot more now, so this is better. So there's a reason for everything. And then you were not very cluttered. So I feel like you're young, or you haven't you haven't had, well, okay, that's a judgment. Never mind. The only thing, it feels like you really overthink. It feels like you think, and then I could feel you back and forth. And they said, those that seek never find. It's in you the whole time. Travel is great, but you don't find yourself. Do you think you're too slow or something? They say that's whatever. If you're thinking negative judgments of yourself, all of it's not true. Every negative judgment that you have of yourself, none of it's true. So just write those down. Keep those in mind. And then remind yourself what I'm saying. All these negative judgments of yourself are just not true. Don't rush. If you think you're too slow, you're meant to not rush. Rushing makes you feel slower. It's all law of attraction stuff, because it's about the story that's happening in your head. I'm way behind, I'm way behind. And then the universe goes, okay, you want to create that. That's fine with me. So then the law of attraction comes in. So when you rush, you act, things slow down. And if you've ever waitressed, that's like so clear. You have to stay calm and present, and you just get done what you can get done, and you enjoy it as you go. You enjoy, and it gets done in the best way possible. And I love the expression, if you don't have time to do it right, you must have time to do it over. Okay, so they say you're perfectly designed for whatever it is. So watch criticism of yourself. Write down. So write down all your criticisms of yourself, as I said. You have an internal mental back and forth, back and forth. So you have this it's like dizzying, but it's normal. It's totally normal and natural that you have this. This internal mental back and forth makes it very easy for someone who's jealous of you to screw with your self-esteem. F with your self-esteem, that's what I said. So, people have opinions, and jealous people have negative opinions. Don't take any of this shit seriously. People are in great flux right now. So, there's this chaotic energy, which is, it's good in a lot of ways, not to make a judgment, but it's causing people pain who aren't using... The people whose minds are, all this is happening in the highest best interest, no matter if it's painful or not. So all the people who are allowing things to be, allowing things to be as they are, and then moving forward and going, what choice do I make now? What choice do I make now? What do I do now? What do I do now? What raises my vibration? What raises my vibration? Those people are doing very well. Those people with the that mentality. But the people in complete resistance, the people who are upset with, the election and all these other things, and they don't really know what's really going on. They're like, they're in fear, and they're in, so I have this, I'm going to be referring to the scale. There's a vibrational scale here. Okay. And people are not understanding that they have a vibration and that they can raise their own vibration by choosing the correct thoughts. My teachers used to say, change your mind. Change your mind. So you do have control over the thoughts that you let stick. And after 68 seconds, after 17 seconds, if you hold a thought for 17 seconds, another thought just like it is going to join, combust, and create more. And then 17, 17, 17, 17, 68 seconds, that's when you can create. You can create good or you can create bad. You can create what you desire and you can create what you hate. Either way, it doesn't matter. People create poverty for themselves. I've done it. It's just an experience. It's all just an experience. So there is no, nothing's concrete like it seems. So like you can't step in the same river twice. It's impossible. It's like things are always in flux. Things are always changing. And by just centering yourself and staying in your moment as it is, sensing your vibration and sensing when your vibration lowers and saying, wow, I just felt it doesn't feel good. What can I do to make myself feel better? Watch a puppy video, watch a bunny video. Those things are going to create more joy. So you watch a 68-second video about puppies and bunnies and like baby animals, things like that. It actually does something for you. It raises your vibration. All right, so the criticisms of yourself, those are things like you're going to be writing these criticisms down, so you need to see them because they're happening subconsciously, and there's a story in there. There's a story that came from somewhere, and it may just have been like a couple times when your parent was like in a hurry and it wasn't your fault, and you were 3 or 4, and they were like, come on, you're too slow. And it was just, they just meant it for that moment. But you take that in, that's your caregiver, you take it in and it becomes part of your story. And so you need to understand where, you don't have to know where they came from, but you need to just be able to look at it as a belief that you can choose to keep or reject. Look at it and go, I choose not to believe that anymore, you know? And if anybody's too slow, it is me. So, you're in good company if you are too slow, whatever the stories are. Okay, yeah. So the mental back and forth makes it easy for people who are jealous to F with your self-esteem, you know. And they may even be doing it as a joke. And it may just be a reaction to their own internal, like, when are we marching next? When are we going to march again? I just laugh at marching because marching is like, marching against violence is feeding violence. And I don't know how people who, I know all about the law of attraction. Oh, really? And then you keep marching against things, marching against violence. Who are you marching for? Please don't kill us anymore. Oh, okay, we didn't know you didn't like it. Okay, so in one of the stations, I clear at stations. In one of the stations in the front, you have resistance to the world at large. And I understand this. You second guess yourself. Any self-esteem problems are from internalizing garbage spewed out by others who are not impeccable with their word. There's a book, The 4 Agreements, and the first agreement is, be impeccable with your word. So, any self-esteem problems are from internalizing garbage spewed out by others who are not impeccable with their word. You have a lot of integrity. You have so much integrity. You're like if integrity is like a spectrum, you have like nearly 100% integrity. So you have so much integrity that you listen to other people and you take it in as if it was you giving it with all your integrity as constructive criticism. But it's not. So you're taking in what other people say, you're looking at it as if you said it. You, who have integrity, as if you said that thing, you're taking it in as if you said it to yourself. And this is where they say, listen, some people may be joking, but you allow it in, and it becomes like a pinball. And now you have like a bunch of internal pinballs. It feels like pinball ADD. So that's what's going on. So you have all this pinball ADD internally happening. And so then externally to yourself, that's why I see you, I don't know if you think you have ADD. I have ADD. You could probably tell already. It's only 18 minutes, so you can tell I have ADD. But so this is what's happening internally, and then externally, you're not making efficient use of your time. Okay, that's not a bad thing. Just what it is. So I haven't meditated today. My mind works differently before and after I meditate. All right. Okay. Second chakra. So your second chakra, this feels like where a big part of your mission is. So whatever your soul came to do is going to be creative and sexy. But this could be food. Keep that in mind, in case you're like, what? Creative and sexy? Because I'm about the least sexy person. I'm a goofball, and I'm fun, but I am not sexy. But so whatever it is that you're going to create is creative and sexy. It's some way to serve other people. So your mission has some elements that are creative and sexy, but like they said, it could be food. Keep that in mind. It's something. So there's a woman, and I've never read anything, but she just popped into my head. I've never read any of her stuff. I've never seen her, but her name is Mama Gina, and I believe it's Gena. That's what I saw in my head, Mama Gina. And I know she's written a book, and I know she has, she goes and speaks places. She has and she talks about her vagina a lot. But she may be a good resource for you. And if you have like an iPad, you can get a Kindle app for free, and then you can try a sample of Mama Gina M-A-M-A, I believe, G-E-N-A, I believe. Okay, so when you do get onto what it is, you might judge it as not spiritual enough or something because it's not a typical thing you think of as spiritually fulfilling. And this is why Mama Gina would be good for you to see. You don't have to read a whole book. You just get a free sample. You can do that on Kindle app. Okay, so your second chakra is, everybody's second chakra is sexuality and creativity. It's very important to human beings. And having the experience as male or female or hermaphrodite if the soul chooses. But the experience of male and female is very important. Not that men are supposed to act like men and women are supposed to act like women. It's just the contrast between the energy. So, you know, the yin yang, we all have male and female energy inside. So, it's just the experience. And people judge experiences as good or bad, and that's when they start causing themselves pain, and that's when they start fighting. They want to fight. They want to fight with me a lot because I don't judge things as good or bad. So they get mad at me because I don't think everything's so bad. Anyway, it's a nice way to live if you want to do it. You can join us every Sunday, 9 p.m. on Renegade Yogi YouTube and Facebook. I live stream every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so I feel like you're going to come up with, or you already know, a creative way for women to nurture themselves. It's very important for, especially after having kids, women, we forget about ourselves. And then I was trying to get hints for you. I was trying to like pull information after that. I was like, that wasn't enough. What else can I tell her? So I said, what else can you tell me? And they said, all we're going to tell you is this. You're going to think, so whatever it is, you're going to think, I wish I could get paid to do this. And they say, you can make money at this. So then I felt again, like you don't need more training. Like you can start your own thing. Like you have your own niche. Start small like me. We can probably have a chat if you want. And then another thing, they said, quotes again, you don't need to grow up. You just need to chill and figure out what your heart is telling you. There's a soft and gentle second chakra energy. Soft and gentle. Soft and gentle. It's so nice in there. Second chakra. Third chakra is self-esteem. Very tight and squeezed. Don't want people not to like you. The not nice ones use that against you. Anyone who makes you feel like crap, even if they're pretending they're joking, should not be your friend or mate. And then there's a book called Emotional Blackmail that you might want to look at. It's written by a woman, I can't remember her name right now. Emotional blackmail. So when you don't want when you worry about people not liking you, you set yourself up for emotional blackmail. And people who use emotional blackmail will use that against you. Okay. You're a beautiful, lovely person, and if you surround yourself with other beautiful, lovely people, like, I don't mean like they have to be gorgeous looking, but just like beautiful hearts and like lovely behavior. That's what I mean, like beautiful hearts, lovely behavior. That's what you have. You have integrity. You have a beautiful heart. You know, you have this soft and gentle, powerful second chakra energy. So, you know, I hate the word deserve, but I don't know what other word to use now. But, you know, you deserve a mate that's going to be like, oh, look at my girlfriend. She's so beautiful and loving and gentle and kind and truthful, and like I can trust her. And I just look at her and like, I can't believe I get to have this like, I want to say creature. You know what I mean? Like this, oh, she's just like everything you'd want in a girlfriend. And that's the kind of mate you should be with. A guy who's, or what, you know, you could be gay, I don't know. But I mean, I'm saying a mate that's like, oh my God, look how amazing. She's just amazing. Okay. I don't do healings on assholes, really. All my people are so lovely. Okay, you want So you want to open your chakras, but keep them protected so that no one can like cord in and like mess with you energetically. And that's not a scary thing. It's really not. It's just a confusion thing. It's not like, oh my God, they're casting spells on me. It's like no, they're just confusing me. I think that they're my friend, or you know, and they really I should just love them from here, not from here. You know, that's all. Okay, and then at 10:45 p.m. You opened, and then a lot of fear, and then some fear was released from your third chakra, so that's good. Okay, and your fourth chakra, the heart, knows it's all right. It'll always be all right. Your heart is where your power is. Your heart is where all your power is. So your sexuality, your second chakra, sensuality, creativity is where your mission, a big part of your mission is. The information about your mission is in your second chakra, but your power is in your heart chakra. And that's why your heart knows it's all right. It'll always be all right. Ask in your heart, ask here, your heart, for whatever you want, need. You have a very old, wise heart, steady as she goes, energy, loyalty. If you get married, you'll be a wonderful mate. You know you have more than enough. You also know you can do anything, any job, but you're going to serve at a much higher rate, higher level. If you can make your own heart sing with joy, you could turn anything into a job / career. Anything, like anything that you love, anything that you really love, and you're like, oh God, I wish I could get paid for doing this. Wouldn't that be cool? Take it, think about it. You could turn it into a job, a career. I'm waiting for a text from friends, sorry. I have to do things when I can do it. Okay, cool, that's perfect. Okay, you have self-esteem issues in your heart chakra. That's why I had, okay. And then that ends up being why they're asking you to do the essay about what do you love about yourself. And then if you meditate, hopefully you meditate, and if you don't, I can teach you, but you need to do a heart meditation where you just, you know, root in, ground to the ground, you know, your root chakra to the center of the earth, ground, I'm grounded, I'm grounded, I'm grounded, and then just go right into your heart, and just clear it out like it's a room. Make it comfortable in there, and then then you're gonna decorate it like it's a huge room. Like, so what it looked like to me was in New York City, there's this building, and the rooms without windows were in the center, and then all around the edges were the rooms. So it was all glass, so you could see views, 360-degree views. It's just all glass. And that's what I saw for your heart chakra, but you can make it however you want. So make it like, you know, a big room. And I'll just describe what I saw. It looked like a, you know, very clean, like sleek type of, you know, marble floor. But you can make the furniture. You can make furniture out of, you know, anything you want in your mind, out of like amethyst or quartz. You can create furniture and lights, whatever you want. You could put a fireplace in there. So create a big room as you do this meditation. So you're just going to focus on your heart. And my hands are over my heart. You're going to focus on your heart like it's a big room. You're just going to clear it all out. Visualize a room that's just like beyond beautiful, like perfection, you know. And green or pink is the color of the heart chakra if you want to do that, like pink marble, green, jade, you know, marble, whatever. And then just get very comfortable in there. You want it very, 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 very comfortable. And you want to focus on that. You're going to go in there more and more so that you can get your information straight from your heart and feel your power straight from your heart. So when you stay in alignment with your spirit, in the highest and holiest source creator energy, which is your spirit, you know, it's all connected. when you stay in alignment with that, when you stay perfectly in alignment with that, then when you exercise your power, you're doing it in a loving way. I just had an experience of buying a car where they tried to pull a bait and switch, and I stayed in alignment. They did a couple things that were really, really low integrity. And I stayed in alignment with my powerful spirit, and I was powerful. And the whole time I was like, really? Really? And my spirit's like, yep, just keep going, just keep going. And I called the salesperson. I said, you're lying. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this isn't loving. And my spirit's like, no, it's just powerful, and you're just not used to exercising power. So it's not that it's not loving, it's just speaking the truth, but you're just doing it powerfully so that everybody can get on the same page here, because this is a train wreck. And I was there for 7.5 hours because they kept screwing around. All right. So decorate with furniture and see yourself chilling in there, totally at ease. That's where your power is. Your ageless, timeless soul is in there. So you want that, you want to just chill with your ageless, timeless soul in your awesome heart chakra. And then they said, don't even try to fit in. Don't even try to rationalize any nonsense you see around you. People's feelings, which are just reactions to lies and other reactions. So there's things, there's a lot of lying, there's lies and propaganda, and then there's reactions to that, and then there's reactions to those reactions. And so, Dan Millman wrote a book, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, and the peaceful warrior acts, the fool reacts. So you have a lot of, non-truth, and then reaction to reaction, and then reaction to reaction to reaction. And then these awesome little echo chambers where people's egos feel so good and feel so happy and nurtured. So they're saying, just don't even try to rationalize any of the nonsense you see around you. People's feelings, just reactions to lies and other reactions. Don't engage in that drama. Okay, just go to your heart. And it felt like a sophisticated apartment. That was the word I want to use. Glass walls, high rise. So your heart felt like a very sophisticated, awesome, chill place. And ask. Okay. Go to your heart, hang out, feel your wisdom and your power and your peace. And ask, what is my mission? Oh, and then here's the thing, when people bitch and complain around you, just go like this. Oh, well. Okay. And then I'm going to show you the vibration levels. Okay. Don't waste energy on normal people. Normal people. So what we mean by normal people is like, you've ever heard of 4chan? They call people normies, and normies are just ignorant of what they don't. So the 4chan people are like geniuses with the internet, and they can find any information, and they do elaborate pranks, and they're hilarious. But they play pranks on normies, they call them. They did this thing with Starbucks where after the they had this thing and they put it on Starbucks letterhead, and they said, take this in and get free coffee and 50% off food items. And it wasn't real. It was just them playing a prank. So funny. Anyway, so don't waste energy on normal people. So what's happening is the people like you who are like, I want to feel better, I want to figure this out, and you're like, better than to react too much, but there's still part of you that's still in society, and then you see all these other people virtue signaling and social justice warrioring, and they're like, oh, this is so bad, this is so bad, this is so bad. And then, so you feel like you should do that too. Okay, so fear, so let's say, as you rise on the scale, you have an expanded consciousness, and as you go low, you have a contracted experience. So you contract. Contracting doesn't feel so good. So shame, vibration level 20, guilt level 30, so fear, level 100. So why fear, right? Fear, the news loves to keep people in fear, because when people are in fear, they're easily programmed. And they keep coming back for more. So people watch the news because, I have to know what's going on. I have to know what's going on. When there's, tons and tons of stuff going on, and there's a lot of ways to find out what's going on. You know, now we're all connected through YouTube, through Twitter, through all kinds of social media. I'm connected to people like in Egypt and like Iran. I'm connected to people through Twitter on, you know, from all different countries. And they can give me their experience. I trust their experience way more than I could ever get from an opinion, you know, on a network. Okay, but there's a lot of people making money off of people in fear. Okay, then you go up 150, anger. You know, and our brains are wired. Our brains are naturally wired to look for dangerous. What's dangerous? What's dangerous? What's dangerous? So and Facebook knows that. So the things that are shocking, those are going to get more attention. So they're going to so Facebook and all these other media platforms, they're just trying to get your attention. They want your attention. They want your attention, because your attention means money in different ways. So whatever you're looking at, if you look at me, look at me, look at me, sucking your attention, sucking your money, sucking, and then your spirit's like, oh, just stop. Can we just meditate? Oh, can we just go for a walk? And then your ego mind's like, no, I got to know what's happening. I have to catch up. I have to see if anybody's trying to get a hold of me. I got to keep up. Okay. Now, the world is vibrating around 200 right now. Level is courage, okay? When you get up to 500, love is 500, joy is 540, and also healing happens at 540, joy. So as I was talking about, watch the puppy and the bunny videos. 600 is peace, and I just did a healing on somebody yesterday who vibrates at a 600 level, and she walked in vibrating at a 600 level, and it was such an honor to work on her that before I even got started, I was crying because of the grace. And it's just the way she takes care of herself and what she chooses to keep in her mind that have her vibrating at 600. And then 700 is enlightenment, and 1,000 is an enlightened master. Now, people who have a higher vibration feel good to be around. They just feel good. And they can't help but be honest. There is nothing but honesty. And so you have a very high potential for a high vibration. And this is why you are going to be able to make money at anything that brings you joy. It's not about the money. It's just about serving humanity in a way that raises your vibration at the same time. And this is what we're supposed to do, okay? Not supposed to do. This is what we have the opportunity to do, to enjoy our lives by doing this. Now, you think, well, what can I do? Just one person. Well, one person vibrating at 1,000, one person vibrating at 1,000 shifts and has an effect on 10 million people vibrating at 200, which is the current vibration. So one person, one enlightened master. So they did an experiment where they put enlightened masters in different cities. The crime rate went down, the pollution went down. It does have an effect. Okay, so please don't waste any more time on normal people. Normal people have a lower vibration than you. I never get normal people clients for healings. They just, luckily for me, I worked through those vibratory levels, and now I'm working on more people like you, the higher vibe. So I'm thankful for you guys. Okay, so with normal people, peace feels like nothing to people who are used to drama and mainstream society. Okay, and then they said, say yes to your heart to go in. You close your eyes, put your hand over your heart. So close your eyes, you put your hand over your heart, and then you just say yes. Like go in, say yes, 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 yes. You don't have to do it out loud, but yes, and then you find the right cadence. Cadence is yes, 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 or yes, 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 yes. Try different cadences, because it's not just the word yes. It has the vibration of moving you forward. So that's what it does. It's like reduces resistance. It moves you forward. Just the yes energy alone. It's all inside. That's capital letters. That's why I said it like It's all inside. Why? So everything you need is inside yourself. That's why other people can never tell you your path. My mom wanted me to be an artist instead of a pilot. Oh my God. Okay. And one belief, keep this in mind. This is so important. I wish everybody knew this and like really, really trusts me on this. One belief can keep you from love/deep love. At 11:10, I was still working on you at 11:10. You got it. You started expanding your heart easily. Abundance from within. So at 11:10, it was like, oh my God, she's getting it. She's getting it. So your heart started expanding easily. And then there was all this abundance from within. It was like, there was no worry about running out of love. It was just like, no, this is easy. It's easier to do this than to not do this. It was awesome. It was like this beautiful love fountain. It was like you were just bringing forth all this love, like pouring it out like this beautiful fountain that was just never ending and had no fear, no worries about ever ending. If you get married, your person is very, very lucky. And if you have children, they're even luckier. Okay. So it was so easy, and it was all directions. It was 360 degrees, pouring out smoothly. This beautiful, awesome love fountain. And I'm getting chills now. Oh my God. It was so, so incredible to be part of that. I love that. And I don't know you, and we've never, did we talk on the phone maybe? Yeah, we talked on the phone once, but oh my God, that made me love you so much. Okay. 5th chakra, throat. There is fear there of speaking, communication and self-expression. Okay, so there was some fear in your throat chakra, which is normal, especially for women. That's why more women have thyroid conditions than men. The thyroid is right behind the 5th chakra. And that was my problem. Now I talk. Okay. So communication and self-expression. I want to talk about how you can screw it up. So you can not speak, or you can talk too much. So if you talk too much, it's like a bucket with a hole in it that you can never fill, because the bucket is always pouring out. You can pour it in, but you can't hold the energy. And then if you don't speak, okay, there's 2 parts to not speaking. So on the physical plane, we come from love or we come from fear. Human beings, we come from love or we come from fear. Okay, neither's bad. What experience would you like to have? Would you like a calm, enjoyable, or calm and peaceful, like meditative, enjoying the physical world and everything it has to offer? Or do you want to go like this, which is fine? If you want to be scared all the time, then you can watch the news and you can get involved with like all these different people. And so either way is totally fine. But with the throat chakra, so bucket with a hole in it is talking too much. But not speaking. You cannot speak. This was my problem. This gave me a physical condition. Not speaking out of fear of getting yelled at. So I just kept my opinions to myself. I kept my thoughts to myself. I didn't interact with people much. And the one person I didn't interact with a lot, the most, would yell at me if I disagreed with her. And I disagreed with about 90% of what she said. So I just didn't say anything. That's normal, right? Now, that was out of fear. But I can also not speak my truth out of love for myself. I don't want to engage. Like, for instance, my mother-in-law. So my mother-in-law can say all these things. She's like 80-something-year-old Italian woman, lovely woman, right? She's got opinions. She has opinions. I actually wrote down what I was saying. So you can't lie. Lying is obviously not, no lying. But you can not speak out of love for yourself, not wanting to engage in drama. Okay. And then they said, you don't owe anyone any excuses. And another thing oh wait, I don't see what I said in my mother-in-law. So for my mother-in-law, she would say, you need to da 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 da. And I used to say, well, the reason that I do it this way is because blah, blah, blah. And then it would be another. Then she'd say, and then I'd say, and I'm trying to explain to her why I do what I do, and you know, it's back and forth and back and forth. And she's 80 something, and I'm like, you know, I got a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, you know, and her youngest child is almost 60. So like we, you know, we're on different planets when it comes to like, you know, kids. She doesn't understand the way the world is now, and I'm parenting for now, and my whole experience has been different. So instead of saying, well, this is why I do it, and then she goes, well, if I want to have a conversation, if that's joy producing for me, if that's going to produce joy for me to talk to my mother-in-law and give her the reasons I do what I do and blah, 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 then that's what I'll do, because that's going to bring me more joy. It doesn't. So instead, I say, she'll say whatever, and then I say, we'll see. And then it's done. So I do that out of love for myself. Okay? So that's the throat chakra. Also, no lying ever. Just get in alignment with love for the self. Okay, just get in alignment with the self. Not to engage. No lying ever. You don't owe anyone any excuses. And then if someone's trying to take your power, like, you know, if you feel, you can feel when someone's like trying to make you small or take your power. And if you feel like someone's trying to take your power, you just ask them a question back. So if they say, you know, if you say like, I can't make it tonight, and they're like, why? What are you doing? And you just say, if I wanted to talk about it, I would have shared it already. And then, you know, they could say anything like, say, if they keep pushing, you can go, what's it to you? Like, what's the problem here? So when you ask a question back, it's just like, no, I'm holding my power. You know, it's not me, and you just ask them a question back, like, what's it to you? I'm telling you, that helps a lot. I taught my 3-year-old with say that because he had a binky, and I liked the pacifier because he would eat dirt if he didn't have a pacifier, and he like, it helped him think. So he'd be sucking on the pacifier. He'd have 2 pacifiers actually, and he'd be like touching stuff and picking up frogs and like, you know, moving. They're like, you need to get rid of those pacifiers, and he'd go, what's it to you? It was really funny. People would get mad, but I thought it was really, really hilarious. And he's a funny person though. Getting a healing, raising your vibration. There's a good chance that you're outgrowing some of the people and situations that you've been involved with. That doesn't mean break up with your boyfriend if you have one, because I don't know if you have one. I'm just saying, you're raising your vibration. Okay? So you may outgrow some of the people. And it doesn't mean that you don't talk to them again. It just means that you keep pulling back to yourself. Just like when the ocean, when the tide goes out. You just keep pulling your energy back to yourself and focusing on love, Go to your heart chakra. Go in the room you made. Feel that peace and that power. What's my mission? What's my mission? What's my mission? So you can always be friends with those people, no matter what they're doing, no matter what their behavior is. You just don't need to be so tied to them. And you don't need to let them lower your vibration. You just find something else to do. And then you can go out to lunch with them or whatever. We'll raise your vibration with them. All right. Like they said, I feel like taking a bath instead is a perfectly valid reason. Like if they're like, why won't you go out with us? Why won't you go out? I just feel like taking a bath. What? What do you mean? Taking a bath? And you're like, so, you know, your guides are like, that's a perfectly valid reason because you may start to outgrow people. Okay. And then you had a second chakra issue in your 5th chakra, which is power and relationships. So possibly like a bad, did that come in the beginning? Not a bad, but like an experience with a past relation. Yeah. Because you had fear in your 2nd chakra. So that's probably more than, probably 90% of the time, that has to do with a past relationship rather than like, I made a piece of art and everyone criticized it. So you have a power, it feels like, you know, some past relationship gave you an issue in your throat chakra. Oh, so then what it turned into in here, in your throat, was a giving up energy. Like you don't feel like trying to explain yourself again or something like that. I don't want to say it again. I don't feel like saying it again. I'm not going to say it again. So there's this book, The 4 Agreements. First agreement, be impeccable with your word. Second agreement, don't take anything personally. Third, don't make assumptions. And then the story in your head about don't make assumptions, that goes with this. You have a story. I already know what they're going to say. So you know what they're going to say. I already know what they're going to say. So that's making assumptions. And when you make that assumption, you're going to behave in a way that's not a peaceful warrior acting and action steps. When you think you already know what someone's going to say, you're in reaction as a fool. You know, my husband, he would give me like 5 minutes, 15 minutes to talk. Yeah, he thought I already know what you're going to say. I already know what you're going to say. And it wasn't until he realized he did not know what I was going to say that he actually listened to me. So if you're doing that to other people, it's frustrating. Love you anyway. You move around too much like an animal pacing in a cage. It's the back and forth energy from inside, and it's easy to see on the outside. It's very distracting. It's self-limiting. It's low vibration. It calls in fear and anxiety just from the motion. Can even feel almost like you could get to panic at doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing. I don't know if it was saying or doing. I wrote doing the wrong thing, and then I crossed out doing, and I wrote saying the wrong thing. It's so back and forthy. It doesn't jive with your looks. It's very out of place. That maybe doesn't make sense to you. So your looks, there may be someone where this back and forth serves, like kind of a court jester type of person who's always, I have a friend who's, he's very funny, and he has that back and forth, and it works with his looks and his whole character and his whole demeanor, because you can tell he's trying to come up with something hilarious, and he paces, he's like, and he's back and forth, but it's like, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? Can't wait to hear. Like, what's he gonna come out with? And so for him, it works. It works well. For you, no, it doesn't. It's not that, oh, you're too beautiful to pace. It's like your power's in your heart. And that's, so you standing still and staying in your heart and being in alignment with your spirit and just asking, what's my mission? What's my mission? And then just paying attention and allowing people to behave however they are. There's no need to call anyone out on anything because they're making their own choices. Just don't let the story in your head turn into, they don't want to suffer. They want to be patient and calm like me, because that's just not true. Some people really like what they're doing. So I just let people come to me that want help. There's plenty. I don't try and help people who aren't asking for help because they're not asking. So they must be enjoying their existence, or they're not ready to hear what I have to say, and they're only going to fight me. And then I'm only going to use extra energy on them rather than give a little bit of energy to someone like you, and then you're going to go somewhere with it. So your, what works for you is standing still in alignment with your powerful spirit, going into your heart, going into that room, what's my mission, and feeling that power and that peace and that calm. And just like, I can have anything I want. What I really want, because what you really truly desire in your heart is going to be something that's going to serve other human beings. Because that's just what your spirit and your heart's all about. So whatever you're like, oh, I wish I could make a living at this, you really need to take that stuff seriously, because it's part of your mission. And there's a creativity and a sexy something to it that you're just gonna freaking love. And then your life is meant to be easy. It's not meant to be hard. Your ego makes it hard, but not on purpose. Your ego doesn't try and make your life hard. Your ego loves you more than anything, and it wants to keep you safe, sane, and secure. It will manipulate reality externally to you to make you a hero and a victim, you know, sometimes in the same story. But it loves you, and it's like, no, it's not you, it's them. It's always them. It's not ever you. You're perfect. You're amazing. I love you, which is true. But the ego needs to just be, you know, quieted so that you can concentrate on your spirit. And then your ego can help you complete action steps, you know, but your ego isn't where you're meant to live from if you want to have a powerful life and a calm life. But you have the choice. People always have the choice of letting their ego run their life and then getting upset at everything and then trying to get everybody else upset. That's a perfectly valid choice. You know, there's a lot of people doing that right now. They put their ego squarely in charge. They're all upset, and their mission is to get everyone else upset. They think they know all about the law of attraction, yet they're letting their ego scare them into making these choices that lead us somewhere that they don't want to create. But that's okay, because that's perfectly valid, and I love them anyway. You know, that's totally fine. But your pacing, no, it's got to stop. It calls in fear and anxiety just from the motion. Ugh. You can even feel almost from the motion, you could feel almost like you could get to panic at some point doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing. All right, so here's what they want you to do. You need to focus your mind. You've got to learn to focus your mind. And you can make an energy ball. There's a practice called Qigong. I'll show you right now. It's windy. So you relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. You can grow a root from your tailbone to the center of the earth. I'm grounded, I'm grounded, I'm grounded. And then you just put this in front of your heart. And you just focus on your palms. Just keep focusing on your palms. 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 Keep focusing on your palms. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Just make an energy ball. And you can make it bigger. And then you could put your whole body in there. You could put whatever you want in between your palms. You could put the whole earth between, your body between. We do this in the Renegade Yogi meditation healings. You could put the whole earth in there. You could put a situation in there. If you want a job, you just sweep away any negative energy, you just sweep away any lower vibrational energy, and then you're using the divine healing energy to raise the vibration of the situation or yourself. Relax your belly. Make your belly big when you breathe in. This is called Qigong, energy ball. You make an energy ball. Another thing you can do, if you sit outside, you can just, it's not funny if I said it out loud. So you can sit outside and you just say in your head, I see trees. I see trees blowing. I see birds. I see this. I see whatever you see. In your head, I see the grass. Because meditation is just doing what you're doing. It's just that you're sitting there. So you're not doing nothing. You're meditating. But to the ego, it's like, we're doing nothing. We got to get something done. I have to go to the grocery store. So you can just go outside and just hold your hands still any way you want. And just look. Just perceive. And see what you can smell. See what you can see. See what you can feel, maybe the wind on your skin. You rehabilitate your senses, all your senses. So, anyway, okay, try not to make this too long. So, there's also an exercise you can imagine, like if, let's see. If this is your back and you're facing forward, this is your head and your arms. And your okay, if this is your head, so in the shower, your where your kidneys are. You can let cold water, not freezing cold, but cold as you can stand, wash through your kidneys. Okay? And then you take the heat, all the heat out of your kidneys, and as you move up, you cycle the energy in your mind. Take all the heat out of your kidneys, all the heat out of your back, all the heat out of your brain, your mind, all the heat out of your eyes. And then you're going to put a little warmth in your heart and fire in your belly. Fire. All the rest of the heat you deposit there. And then you cycle back the energy. Again, clearing all heat out of the kidneys, all the heat out of the back, all the heat out of the head, out of the eyes, warmth in the heart, fire in the belly. Cold kidneys, cold water energy in the kidneys, moving up, removing all the heat. And as you do it, your eyesight gets better because your eyes aren't meant to have heat, okay? Just your belly. So there's that, cycling energy. Also, they said, make yourself sit still and write down the thoughts that come up. Just 15 to 20 minutes a day, but you may only be able to do 5 to 10 minutes at first. It's okay. But you'll never hear as clearly as if you can you'll never hear as clearly as you could if you could center yourself in alignment with spirit. All right. So this is alignment with spirit. Okay. This is trying out of alignment. This is resisting out of alignment. So if I stay in alignment all the time and everything that's happening is happening for me, not to me. Okay? If I try, I'm out of alignment. So I'm not doing it. I'm not allowing it to come to me. And if I'm resisting it, I'm causing myself pain. Okay? So if I stay in alignment, I stay powerful, I stay peaceful, and I stay focused on what I want, and I allow it to come to me. Because any heart desire is already created on another dimension. You just have to raise your vibration and resonate at the level at which that creation can come in. It's very simple. It's law of attraction. It's not my fault. That's how it is. Okay. So center yourself in alignment with your spirit. So much easier. And I burped. And then imagine white energy in your throat and your thyroid. So white energy here. If you find yourself moving around without purpose, okay? If you find yourself moving around, that back and forthy type stuff energy, without purpose or wanting to, you may be like, oh, I just wish I could get up and walk around. Ask yourself, am I making something too hard? So you may have a job that you're making work. You know, you may have a job that you don't like if you're sitting on a cubicle and you're like, you're making it work, it's a job, I need a job, blah, blah, blah. But maybe you're like, oh, I just want to walk around. Maybe you're making it too hard by having a job that's not, you know, not so great for you. We could talk about that if that's true. Your path may not require speaking, but your throat chakra needs you to speak your truth. But there are simple ways to do that. Okay, simple ways to speak your truth. Like I said with my mother-in-law, I'd say, we'll see. Another thing I would say, she loved to hear that she was right. And I didn't often agree with her. So if she was like, oh, the sky's so pretty right now, I go, you're right. It is so pretty. Or this is a really good meal. I'm like, you're right. So good. You're right. And then I have my own personal favorite for people who are mean and condescending. It's a catch-all phrase. It just goes a little something like this. Huh. So, by saying, huh, you know, I would speak up for myself because I didn't let someone treat me like shit, but I say, huh, like that sure was bitchy. Huh. Like, And I'd look at him like, look at you being all bitchy and shit. Women can be nasty. Okay. Okay. But, so even huh is a way to speak up for yourself and to make your fifth chakra feel like, okay, you addressed that. You spoke up for yourself. You don't have to fight. You know, I don't want to fight. I don't like to fight. But, huh, you know, there's no reason to engage with someone who's being mean. No reason. There's no setting anybody straight. If they're being mean, there's no need to engage, waste my energy. But I do want to lovingly show my throat chakra that I'm going to speak my truth in a way that feels good. So I go, huh. Like, I got you. I know what you're doing. Okay. You get it. You get it. I love you, love you, love you. All right. So you could say, huh, and then you can push the thought in telepathically. But I don't desire to engage with them in their negativity. I still love them. I still bless them. I still forgive them. I still respect their free will choice to be mean to me, but I don't love the behavior. And then I just move on. You know, that's the renegade yogi stuff. I bless you. I forgive you. I respect your free will choices, and I love you. But I don't love your non-loving behavior. So it is. Then I'm just free from drama. But it's nice because in creating these 4 lenses to look at all human beings through, you know, I bless you, I forgive you, I respect your free will choices, I love you. I already know, like, whatever human being I come across, it doesn't matter what they've ever done. I forgive them already, and I love them. So it's free. It's very freeing. I have a very free existence because I created lenses that I wanted to look through. And by practicing that, I'm discreating a lot of the thought stories about me being a victim of anybody, and you know, I'm just moving forward. I've had crap happen to me, trust me. All right. And so it is. I keep my own vibration high. And your 6th, so your 3rd eye, your 6th chakra is your, you know, intuition and stuff like that. So hopefully you don't drink fluorinated water and use fluorinated toothpaste. That's going to calcify your pineal gland. And also hopefully you meditate to keep your pineal gland clean and healthy. And then you can do an Om mantra, you know. I know people make fun of it in like cartoons and stuff, but when you do, just focus on Om. And this is what Om looks like. But you could find a picture of it. But I mean, you just say it and you just let it vibrate through your whole body, and then let it vibrate and cleanse your pineal gland. Just cleanse it. And you can imagine, you know, beautiful salt water, like if you like Bermuda water, if you're like, you know, Pacific Northwest Ocean water, or Florida, or wherever, you just imagine salt water, or Fiji, you know, where you can see right to the bottom. Bermuda's like that too. You can see right to the bottom, just wash through your brain, wash through your heart, whatever. Use that beautiful salt water to just wash through and cleanse and clear everything in your physical body, and any thoughts too, your emotional and spiritual. Okay. So Om, and then focus on the pineal gland. Don't be afraid to see anything. So I did feel some fear of seeing things. I felt some red, which is 1st chakra, safety, security, in your 3rd eye, in your 6th chakra. There was a fear of seeing something. So don't be afraid to see anything psychically. Okay? When you get the information, it comes in as an energy, and you'll be able to handle it. It's like the first time, so I've done healings, you know, and then the first time I did a healing where dead people were talking to me would have scared me to think about. If someone said, you know, dead people are going to come, I'd be like, oh, I don't know if that's such a good idea. But the way it happened was I was already in the flow of the energy. I was already there. Oh, somebody's here. All right, I love you. Don't be afraid. Love you, love you, love you.